Welcome to the Aspire Career Video Library. This video looks at marketing, advertising and PR, often referred to as comms. These are jobs that involve building and maintaining a brand, as well as its reputation amongst the public. Marketing, advertising and PR departments are found in almost every business and across all sectors. You can work in both the private and public sector in areas ranging from finance to retail to voluntary and charitable organisations. Listen to our volunteers to hear more about the roles available within the sector.
My name is Olivia Hinkley and I work in the online team at Samsung Electronics UK. I've been here for almost 2 years as part of the online graduate scheme, and before this I was at Bournemouth University studying marketing.
Hello, my name is Floris Rees. I'm the Channel Marketing Manager at Samsung Electronics UK. I've been at the company for coming up to 6 years, entering on the graduate scheme almost 6 years ago. Before that, I started off my undergraduate doing a degree in politics and Italian at the University of Bath, before going on to do a master's in international marketing management at the University of Surrey.
Hi there, my name is Alexander Smith and I'm a Senior Account Executive at Fleischmann Hiller PR Agency. I've been working in the PR and marketing sector for almost 2 years now, and I also have a degree in English Literature from the University of York.
My name is Jasmine Ahmad. I am a strategy director at an advertising agency in London. I have been in advertising for about 14 years now. I studied international marketing at the University of Greenwich in South London.
Hello, my name's Lindsay Gaster. I'm a marketing operations executive at Samsung. I've been at Samsung now for about 12 months and I haven't actually been to university or sixth form, so my highest education is GCSEs.
So an ad agency is split into 3 different parts. It's like a triangle. On one point you have the creatives, who as many people see as have the fun job, the fun part. They design all the ads. On another tip, you have the client services, who basically manage the relationship between the client and the agency, making sure that the client's happy. And then the final tip, you have strategy, which is where I work, and that's essentially being the voice of the customer. And we make sure that campaigns are always addressing a real consumer problem.
And there are also different sub-teams within the overall marketing sphere. So you've got channel marketing, which is what I do, working with retailers who sell our products. But you've also got PR, you've got brand marketing, you've got digital marketing. There's a lot going on. So it's good to do a little bit of research about what each of these teams does and what the day-to-day looks like.
Working in online and digital is really varied. You can be working for digital marketing, so this will be things like social media campaigns, creative campaigns, or you could be working on a website, so how the website looks, how you can make it better for a customer, but also the back end of a website, so putting on promotions and the pricing on a website.
Primarily in my role, I'm a marketing operations executive. So I'm kind of like the support person. Every month I have to collate how much money do we think we're going to spend, keep the budget on track, I help with contracts, and just generally sort of a project management overview role, making sure that if we say we're going to get something this month, it's going to happen.
I knew that I wanted to work in an environment that was quite creative, so something where I was able to write a lot and produce content. I knew that it's also a very sociable industry, and for me that's something that's important. I think having that kind of interaction with all different types of people, be they media, be they clients, be they the other people that I work with, that's also something that's really important to me.
So I've always been interested in marketing. I think it's a really interesting part of business to come up with campaigns and how you can create brand excitement to the consumers. But I think working in a digital environment and online is even more interesting because it's always changing. The shift online that we've seen over the past few years is ever growing, and there's such opportunity to continue doing more online. You can really tap into how you contact your consumers, you can make the experience online the best for them. And that's what's really exciting about working in digital and online. It's just always changing and there's so many opportunities for you.
I knew I wanted to do marketing, really interested in consumer behaviour and being able to engage with consumers at the right time with the right message. And that was originally what inspired me to do my Masters in International Marketing Management.
I knew that I wanted to work in an environment that was quite creative, so something where I was able to write a lot and produce content. I knew that it's also a very sociable industry, and for me that's something that's important. I think having that kind of interaction with all different types of people, be they media, be they clients, be they the other people that I work with, that's also something that's really important to me.
There's a sense of achievement when you get to see the project or campaign you've been working on for months out in the open. Even more so when you're on the train, on the tube, and you can hear people talking about it.
I personally think that PR is really great because there isn't one type of person who will necessarily be successful. I think that because of the way that it is set up to be very collaborative, is that you need people with different backgrounds, different perspectives. That could be some people who are more creative and can bring that aspect to it, other people who are more analytical, because at the end of the day, as well as telling stories and doing things that are leaning more towards that creative side, a lot of the time we are also solving problems. We are consultants for the clients that come to us, and that means that people who have that kind of keener focus or can look at things in a more objective way, they will also be incredibly useful in certain situations as well.
So I think when people think of a team that works and specialises on a website, they tend to think of very techie people, potentially very nerdy people, but actually it's not like that at all. You've got a really diverse mix of people, diverse mix of ages as well, and everyone's specialising in such different parts that you can have a lot of opportunities to grow and develop within that team and within that sector.
I think a person that is confident, is positive, that really enjoys working with other people. I think that's really important. In marketing, you work a lot with agencies. These agencies support you in content creation, in running campaigns. So you really need to be someone that enjoys working with other people.
Remember, in advertising, you have to think that most of the world doesn't think like you. So seeing things from the other person's viewpoint is so rare, yet so valued in advertising. People ask how they can develop skills early on in their career, something which I wish I had done earlier on, which is picking up a mentor and learning from someone more experienced in the industry.
Definitely give the companies a call, tell them that you're interested, ask to do some work experience, ask to come in and shadow. There might not be everything that you can do, but I'm sure companies would really be interested in that.
If you've done a year placement or you've done a summer internship, work experience is really important because it gives you and it helps you develop the right skills needed for the workplace. So you're already a step ahead of those that maybe haven't had work experience. But even a part-time job, I worked at Pizza Express as a waiter for many years, and I believe that it really helped me become organised.
I would just say stay up to date with any business news you can. So whether that's more broader business news, but also signing up to companies like Marketing Live, where they send you newsletters for free, and you can understand what other brands are doing out there.
In terms of pre-existing qualifications that you need, there are actually no requirements. I just so happen to have a degree, but equally there is no degree requirement in order to get positions within PR agencies. A lot of larger agencies, like those that I've worked with and currently work with, will offer apprenticeship schemes. They will have kind of junior roles that are for people who don't necessarily have experience of the industry before, but it is an environment where you learn a lot very quickly, and you do, to a certain extent, learn on the job.
I am one of probably a handful of people in my agency, 70 plus people, that has a marketing degree background. I learnt a lot from my time at university, as well as my masters. However, I've also learned a hell of a lot from reading and more recently following the right people on platforms such as LinkedIn and Twitter.
So I'm currently on a graduate scheme, so the qualifications needed for a job like mine would be to have a degree level qualification.
Well, as I said, I haven't been to sixth form, I didn't go to uni. I think it's a case of starting from the bottom, working my way up and trying.
I think probably the thing that I really wish that I knew back then, and even up till the point where I was applying for jobs, is that employers, although they obviously factor in things like your experience when you're interviewing for a role or applying for something, ultimately the thing that will always win through is your own personality, and what they are interested in seeing is, even if you don't have the practical knowledge or the experience of a similar scenario, is actually just seeing how you would approach a situation theoretically and the way that you think.
Don't be afraid to be wrong. We often hesitate to ask that question or take that leap because we're afraid to fail. But over the years, being wrong has taught me how to best learn and how to best develop.
But there isn't a limit to what you can do. I went to an estate school. I'm from a very much working class background. I don't speak like people that I mainly work with, but don't pigeonhole yourself. Like, if you work hard and you're willing to start from the bottom, there isn't a limit to what you can achieve. And remember that and stay focused. So just believe in yourself. That's what I would say, believe in yourself.
Thank you to all the volunteers who took part in this video. If you want to explore different career options, you can view more sector videos from our career video library on our website, aspire.upreach.org.uk. If you're planning to go to university, you can also use this website to register for career support, worth £2,700 during your degree. Check your eligibility and register today.